She just wanted food. But what she offered in return wasn't money or favors. It was something no one expected. 10-year-old Zuri, a poor black girl with torn shoes and a heart full of hope, lived in the city's forgotten corner with her blind grandmother. Each day she went out in search of leftover food, not for herself but for the woman who raised her. One afternoon, desperate and hungry, she stepped onto the grand property of Mr. Langston, a once famous black millionaire, now paralyzed from the waist down and living in isolation, cold, bitter, and angry at the world after being betrayed by his own children. Mr. Langston had closed his doors and his heart to everyone. When he heard the voice of a little girl asking his nurse for food scraps, he ordered her to be brought in. He looked at her and scoffed. "You want something from me? What could you possibly give in return?" Zuri stood firm and said, "I want to trade a miracle." Amused and a little curious, he laughed and agreed to hear her out. Zuri then promised to come every day and share a true story, one that carried hope, kindness, or faith. At first he listened just to pass time, but soon her stories began to chip away at his bitterness. Day by day he started smiling again, then laughing, and eventually trying small, physical exercises his doctors thought he had given up on. He looked forward to her visits more than anything. But one morning she didn't show up. Hours passed. Then a day. Worried, he sent his nurse to find her, only to discover Zuri unconscious in a run-down shack, weak from hunger. She had been giving all her food to her grandmother, hiding her own pain behind her smile. Mr. Langston rushed her to the hospital, sat beside her bed and whispered, "You didn't just bring me stories, you brought me back to life." He paid for her full treatment, adopted her, and started a foundation in her name, Zuri's Miracles, dedicated to helping hungry children. A year later, at her school award ceremony, as Zuri received her first academic medal, the entire crowd gasped. Mr. Langston, thought to be forever paralyzed, stood up from his seat and walked toward the stage. Slowly but proudly, he placed the medal around her neck with shaking hands and whispered, "You were the miracle I never saw coming. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories like this."